What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Inside the Horseshoe. My name is Matt, and today I'm going to be doing another player evaluation as far as whether I think they're going to be on the team or not. We got two today because I have a feeling one or both are going to break today or tomorrow, and I want to get this out before it breaks, and I want to get both out. So, we have two players I'm going to discuss about whether I believe they're going to be on the Colts for the 2021-2022 season or not. One, obviously, you're seeing right now, which we'll be covering Richard Sherman in 2 hours from when this uploads. So when you're watching it, it might be up right now. We have my thoughts on Alex Smith because there was a tweet that the Colts may or may not be looking into having Alex Smith. So let's get into Richard Sherman. And do we want Richard Sherman? Is that something I want? Is that something Chris Ballard wants? Is that something the Colts want? Or is it just something that won't pan out either way? We're going to get into that. I do want to pull up the stats for Richard Sherman. That way we can get a good look. Granted, he didn't play much last year. He played 5 games, as we can see. Obviously, we know a lot about him in Seattle. Did a lot of great things. Had 1 year that wasn't as good as the previous years, and he was off, and he was a free agent and ended up joining the 49ers. Didn't have the greatest first season there, but had a great year in 2019, then got hurt. And, he only played the 5 games and his numbers went down severely. However, let's say Indy does get him. If we can get him similar to 2019, where he had the 61 tackles, 48 were by himself, and 13 ended up being assists. If we can get him around that area with a few interceptions, touchdown, all that good stuff, I think that's something we should really consider taking a chance and going after. Some benefits when we look at Richard Sherman is the fact that he did have a good year in 2019. Granted, got hurt in 2020, but if he plays close to every game and he can play somewhat similar to 2019 or even maybe a little less, I think that's perfectly fine because that was one of, if not his best season as a player in the NFL. So that's good. I think he'd be great voice. He'd be really good for our corners, especially for Rock. I think if we had Richard Sherman and he was kind of playing that teacher role also by being a player, kind of like what Marvin did with Reggie did with T.Y., and T.Y.'s doing with Pittman and our other young guys, I think that could be really good for Rock. So that's something else that we could really throw in there too. Plus, Frank Reich really does respect Richard Sherman. Granted, I think a lot, if not every coach in the NFL respects him. So, I mean, it's not too crazy to believe. But still, he was on Chris Collinsworth's podcast. And he had nothing but praise for Richard Sherman. Granted, Richard Sherman was on the podcast too, so you're not going to have Frank Reich go, well, he's okay. I mean, he's not that good. Maybe if he's joking around, but, he's not going to, say anything bad. He's going to praise him. So granted, there's that, but still, there is a respect factor there, and I think that could play into a factor. I don't think he's going to cost a lot. He would be pretty cheap. Is what I'm guessing. And it just adds more depth. Now, look, Richard Sherman will probably come off the bench, assuming that he would actually join Indy. I don't think he has in his head, if I join any team in general, I'm just going to be cornerback number 1. I'm going to be starting every game, yada, yada, yada. I think Richard Sherman realizes I'm 33 years old. I'm probably going to come off the bench. And I think that's really good. So there's that, but there are some disadvantages like his age. He is getting up there. He's 33. He is coming off of an injury. Not a great thing. You know what I mean? So that is something you also need to consider. But really, besides that, with Richard Sherman, I don't see a lot of disadvantages when we go and look at just his game and everything. I think, I honestly think he would be a good fit for the Colts. So, would I take Richard Sherman and add him to this roster? Looking at our cornerbacks right now, I don't think it's a bad idea. I think him coming off the bench could be good. I think it would help our young guys a lot. I think it would really help Rock. I think having somebody like Richard Sherman on the team could really help Rock. I really think it can. I don't think a lot of people believe that, but I certainly believe it. Um, so there's that. You're going to get them cheap. So that's obviously good because I feel like one more corner would be pretty good for us. I think adding Richard Sherman with the experience and everything, and for the value I believe we're going to get him for, assuming we would get him, is a good thing. Do the Colts want him? I think they do. But at the end of the day, do I think the Colts are going to get him? And honestly, I think the Colts are going to pass. I think Chris Ballard is going to say no, thank you, and move on. I mean, look, they didn't pay Anthony Walker anything. They could have easily brought Anthony Walker back for $3.6 million or $4 million or whatever. Cleveland got him for 3.5. And Chris Ballard said no, thank you. No, thank you. Now, granted, apparently Chris Ballard wants him to be a starter in the league. He likes him that much. So maybe that played a factor. But still, if you wanted him on the team, $4 million would not be something that would disgust Anthony Walker. I think Anthony Walker would take it. Granted, I think Anthony Walker wants to start, and he probably realizes Cleveland is the place. But come on, guys. So it's going to be difficult, I think. I think if Richard Sherman is willing to take any dollar amount to play football, I think the Colts will look into it. But I have a feeling Chris Ballard wants to get younger at that position, and he wants to get faster and physical and all that stuff, which kind of fits Rock, physicality and whatnot. That's what I feel like Chris Ballard wants to do in that position. And even though we can get him real cheap and it would help our cornerbacks a lot, I don't think we're going to get it done. I do not see Richard Sherman joining the Indianapolis Colts. Maybe another team, but I honestly don't think it's going to be the Colts. Now, would I take him? Absolutely. But Ballard is not going to take him. I don't think Ballard has interest in taking him, which sucks, but it is what it is. So, there we go. Comment below. What do you think? Do you think the Colts are going to sign Richard Sherman? Let me know down below. Also, if you're new, please subscribe. We're just getting this thing started. I want to upload a lot of content. I'm going to be just throwing out Colt stuff pretty much anytime I can. So please subscribe if you're interested in that stuff. I'm going to get better at this thing. I'm better when it's multiple people on cam instead of just me talking for what seems like 10 minutes straight. So please subscribe. If you're new, I'm going to improve on this whole thing. Give this video a like if you like it. And if you don't like it, thumbs that thing down. Thank you all for tuning in. I've been Matt, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.